Brief sector overview. Ladies and gentlemen, fishing continues to remain the key economic activity and sources of livelihood in coastal and inland fishing communities in Ghana. Fishing is considered not just an economic activity, but also an important element of the culture and traditions of these fishing communities, handed over from one generation to the other. The fisheries and aquaculture sector plays a significant role in our national economic development through its contribution to gross domestic product, job and wealth creation along the value chain, as well as food and nutrition security. Accordingly, the fisheries sector is important to the realization of the Ghana Beyond Aid agenda and the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals, especially goals 1, ending poverty, 2, zero hunger, 3, good health and well-being, 8, decent work and economic growth, and 14, life below water. Sustainable fisheries management. The marine and freshwater bodies of Ghana are well endowed with fishery resources, which, if properly managed, will provide sustainable economic opportunities for the country. However, marine fish catch has experienced considerable decline over the last few years due to overfishing and overexploitation. With the exception of the tuna fleet, which remains reportedly unaffected, the catch per unit of effort of all fleet has experienced decline over the years. Fish landings of some key marine species like sardines are at their lowest levels recorded and are of much smaller sizes. Closed fishing season. To effectively address the situation requires the adoption and implementation of sustainable fisheries management measures that will ensure the protection and conservation of fisheries resources for the benefit of both present and future generations. It also requires strict enforcement of the fisheries laws and sensitization of fishing communities. Accordingly, the Ministry and the Fisheries Commission, in accordance with Section 84 of the Fisheries Act 2002, Act 625, and the National Marine Fisheries Management Plan 2015 to 2019, started the implementation of closed season for the industrial fleet in 2016 as a marine fish stock recovery strategy to complement other existing strategies for the sustainable management of the fisheries resource. The ministry, in recognition of the gains from the 2016 and 2017 closed seasons, decided to intensify and extend the program to cover all sectors of the fishing industry, including the artisanal and inshore in August 2018. As we may recall, this first attempt of implementation, an all-fleet closed season, was met with some agitations from the artisanal sector due to inadequate engagement. Whilst the industrial fleet observed the closure, the artisanal and inshore were postponed. In 2019, the ministry, after extensive consultation and engagement, implemented the all-fleet or closed season for the first time. For 2020, the artisanal and the semi-industrial fleets could not observe the closed season due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic and the containment measures which affected consultations as well as engagement activities. MOFAD, after extensive engagements and consultations with key stakeholders, successfully implemented the 2021 all-fleet closed season for 1 month for artisanal and inshore fleets, 2 months for industrial vessels, and 3 months for tuna fleets. There was high compliance with the closure in all fishing communities, which is an indication of the general acceptance of the closed season and the need to manage the fishery resources sustainably to protect their livelihoods. This notwithstanding, there were incidents of infractions in some fishing communities. It is key to note that through the activities of the Fisheries Enforcement Unit of the Fisheries Commission, folks and the fishing communities during this period, 15,000 bags of rice with 6,250 cartons of oil were distributed to over 17,000 people along the coastal communities. This intervention, first of its kind, was aimed at reducing the effects of the closed season on livelihoods of fishers and fishing communities. And to ensure compliance, the ministry also initiated the distribution of approved fishing nets to some fishermen in the Volta and Central regions. Other regions are expected to receive their fishing nets as soon as possible.